What's up, guys? It's Anderson 977 here today to do Akame got killed. Yes, Akame got killed episode 3 review. And I know that this is my first episode review of Akame got killed, but seeing as though the third episode is already out, doesn't necessarily make sense for me to do the reviews from episode 1. So I just start off doing episode 3 review. Now, episode 3 review. Well, in this episode, right, Tatsumi is put under the supervision of Miney, which is one of the other members of Night Raid. And so initially when he was put under the supervision of Akame, which was last episode, they did some, well, at first the cooking that they were doing didn't seem like training, but apparently at the end of that episode they said that it was actually training. So they did some training, and in this episode it doesn't necessarily seem to be a lot of training going on for Tatsumi. They went shopping and all those kind of stuff, but we did get some backstory into the whole Imperial City as it lies for in their world of Akame got killed. We see firsthand the Emperor, who is a child, and we see the minister who's controlling him from the shadows. And we see basically, we get this scene of the Emperor sentencing this dude to be drawn and killed by bulls, some very horrific, torturous death. And the Minister Zero coming in, just eating meat. He's this big, this big round guy, just walking about the place, and he's the one who the Emperor listens to. So he's the one who's actually in control. So that's actually the blight that has befallen this world, if you want to put it that way. It is said that before this time there was a 1,000-year reign of complete bliss and everything was okay, until this turn of events happened where the Emperor is just a child and the Prime Minister is the one who's really calling the shots. The Prime Minister, he seems to be like a real freak. We get this image of his face and he looks like a real demon. So I personally don't think he has any demonic powers or anything like that. It's just the sentiment from which he's coming from. He's a very evil, merciless person, and he's the one who is in control. And it seems like his main motivations are just lust, greed, those 7 deadly sins type of stuff. So he's basically having the time of his life, and he's making hell for everyone else who's out there in the Akame got killed world. And we also get to see a display of Mind's concentration and her accuracy skills. Later in this episode, they got a mission to take out one of the minister's relatives, right? And she and Tatsumi was up on this cliff ready to snipe him out. And then when the guy was walking out with many people around him, innocent civilians, she just lined up and shot him right through the head accurately. No one else got involved, no one else was injured. She did the job just like that, done. And she calls herself a master sniper. So she does have a lot of skill, and it's referred that she actually uses an Imperial weapon. It's called a pumpkin, something like that. And it's also hinted that Akame also uses an Imperial weapon as well. We've actually seen some semblance of its abilities. In the previous episodes, when she slashed someone and they don't die instantly, we see some words running up from that mark, which according to her, she says that it's a curse. So that person gets cursed or poisoned from her strike. So it's always a one strike kill type of thing, except for the case in Tatsumi when he was saved by that wouldn't think that he had any stress. So so far, for what has been revealed, all the members of Night Drive also use Imperial weapons. Kami uses one, Mine uses one, that guy Balut, who is gay, he uses one as well. So, you know, this seems to be that the it seems to be a kind of determining factor between those who are the top tier guys, and those who are not. Right now, I don't think Tatsumi is using an Imperial weapon, so I doubt he can really take on one of those top tier guys in this world when it comes to fighting one on one, unless he has a weapon of equal footing. So, I like the developments, I like how everything is playing out, I like the animation, of course, and the story is pretty interesting. The whole story about Tatsumi and his friend Sayo and Ieso, Ieyasu, something like that, and how they got deceived, tricked, and were tortured to death. So, but he uses their memories and their past events as his motivation for stepping forth into the future. He does have a very strong, confident character, in fact, and I like that very much. So, overall, I like this episode. Thought it was a great episode of Akame ga Kill. So, that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.